Hey, been a while, but we're back doing the thing that we like to do.
Back in this.
Ranting.
That's right.
Like no one's business.
Getting on these half-assisty athletes.
Oh, we're going to get into it today. So, we're going to cover training camp starting.
Let's go.
NFL's almost here.
It's season, baby.
A little more than a month away.
Let's get it.
Had the bullshit Hall of Fame game last night. That
Right.
means absolutely nothing, but hey, it's more evidence football has arrived.
Right. Did you watch it?
Hell no.
I watched it. Go ahead.
Okay. So we're going to go into that. What's going on in training camp. Some injuries, some holdouts, some suspensions.
Some hoe-assness.
There you go.
Let's go. We'll
some
get
position battles.
Right.
Specifically with DC.
Let's do it.
And the Giants. All right. Our top 5 and bottom 5 preseason picks for the NFL season. Not records, just who we think is going to be successful. We're going to go into preseason games. Are we watching any of them? Do they even matter? Obviously they don't, but should they even be there? We're going to touch on that a little bit there. Then we're going to go right into some heroes and zeros. You know what time it is?
It's time for rant, baby.
It's time for that intro, too.
Let's go.
Boom. NFL in full effect, as we just said.
No,
welcome back, as always, Dave. Sports Rant time, baby. Welcome back.
Let's do it.
All right, training camp. So we're going to cover basically as far as injuries, holdouts, whatever. It's going to be minute. It's not going to be everything because we'll be here for fucking ever.
Right. Let's start with something that hits close to home, okay? How many wide receivers do y'all have on your team now?
I think we got 4, but no one of consequence.
And why is that, Dave?
Oh, that's because, let's see now.
Wait. But when I say they.
Yes.
We're talking about the New York football Giants. Go ahead.
Okay. Big Blue is a little black and blue.
Just a little bit.
Cliche, I know, but fuck it. Shepard broke his thumb on his hand, okay? Broke his thumb on his hand, like you got a thumb anywhere else.
Right.
Excuse me. Broke his thumb. He's day-to-day. Expected to start for week 1, but how fucking good is he going to be? Is he going to be on page with anybody? Because if you can't catch, you can't practice.
You can't play receiver.
Guess what? He's a question mark. Coleman, torn ACL. Done. Okay? And this is a cat that I was actually watching last year. Was not a number 1 receiver by any means, but he caught some key passes when he was targeted. Then, of course, the big fucking loss. I don't know how big you want to call it. I mean, he's a decent receiver. I follow Notre Dame. Golden Tate suspended for 4 games for performance-enhancing drugs because he was taking fertility pills or whatever the fuck he was taking.
What he was taking was the athlete's lie.
Okay,
that's what he was taking.
Oh no, it wasn't. I was taking a fertility drug, and there was something in there that was on the banned list. Well, why the fuck didn't you have your doctor call your agent so the agent could run it by the NFL office and say, hey, we got a guy here with a personal issue trying to start a family, whatever you want to call it. This is what the doctor wants to give him. Is it okay? And you're either going to get a yes or a no. Yes meaning waiver. It's not really a performance-enhancing drug as it's listed under our bylaws. Or no. Go find someone else to knock up your wife.
Do you know why he didn't do that, Dave?
Because it's bullshit.
He was shooting steroids in his ass. That's why.
I don't want to picture that.
That's what was happening.
Okay. So that's the problem with the G-Man right now. We have absolutely not even a number 1 receiver. We don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, they were working out Travis. I never saw a hamburger I didn't like. Benjamin.
Dude. They were talking about bringing in Michael Crabtree.
You could do worse. Travis Benjamin. You could do worse. You need to bring in Pierre Garçon? I don't understand why.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Y'all are dropping the ball on that one.
It's not like we have a ton of speed at receiver position. He has skill. He has knowledge he can impart.
And he's tough
to the
as
young
shit.
kids. Exactly. When's the last time Pierre Garçon was really hurt where he missed multiple games like that?
Last year.
Touche, you're right. Okay. I stand corrected. Be as it may, that's the situation with the G-Men. It's going to be mainly Saquon, and who knows what that revamp line is going to do for him.
Saquon may have to hold out next year. He may be on his Zeke Elliott shit to be talked about later.
Oh, we're going to get into Zeke a bit. All right, so DC.
I'm not sure there's any more big injuries to talk about, right?
Well, some we're going to touch in later as far as holdouts. Which a little bit. Your man Trent Williams is coming off a major surgery to remove, what was it, a brain tumor?
No, not a brain tumor. It was a fucking growth. Listen. There's no more injuries, right? Let's get right into these holdouts, okay? Let's talk about, since you brought it up, let's talk about my boy Trent Williams. Now listen, okay? I'm gonna speak right into the mic and the camera on this one, because this really hurts me, okay? It really bothers me. Trent Williams, for a long time, was the only jersey I had from anybody that played in the Washington Redskins for the past 8-9 years.
That says a lot.
I rocks with my man, son. I fucked with him heavy. Silverback, my boy. I wore number 71 in high school. That's my guy, son. You can arguably say he's the best left tackle in the league. Now, he may not be, but he's top 3. Definitely, and you can make the argument that he is the best one. You can make the argument.
You can.
If I said he's the best one, and you told me, nah, he's not, then we can debate it back and forth.
He's better than Nate Soldier.
Oh my God, it's not even in the same stratosphere. Okay.
Hell no.
All right. So Trent Williams told the Redskins he's not coming back, and he doesn't want to play for the team. He wants a trade. Right. He said this. Now it comes to find out, he said this back in June.
I read about that.
And they told him, eat a dick. And he said, because he said, I want more money first. And they told him to go kick rocks. Then they said, I want a trade. Kick rocks, we're not trading you. So he said, I'm not coming. So the Redskins are saying, well, you're just going to get fined.
Yeah.
And you're going to get fined for 2 years. Now, Trent Williams, I've told you before, has a big-ass chain with a silverback gorilla on it, because his nickname is the Silverback. By the way, that's some cool shit. Trent Williams, I love you, but you playing yourself with that one. But anyhow, so he's making it about a medical matter, all right? Now, the medical matter in question is the fact that he had a growth on his head, and they told him it was malignant and it was nothing. According to him, that it was malignant, it was nothing.
No, you mean benign.
Benign. Yeah, because malignant is the bad one. Right. Sorry.
No, you don't want benign.
You don't want a malignant one. It was benign, and you know, but when it came out later, and that it was nothing to worry about. Later on, he found out it was a problem, and he got it corrected. Okay. Now, come to find out, 2 years ago, they told him, we don't think it's anything serious, but you should go get a second opinion.
And this is the Redskins medical facility. Yes.
That told him to go outside of us, because we don't specialize in that shit. Go get another opinion. And what did he do? Nothing. He sat on his fat ass and didn't do anything. That is on you, brother.
Yep.
That's on you, son. You are a top 8 paid offensive tackle in this league. When you signed your deal, you signed the richest offensive tackle deal in the league. You have been in the league 9 years and have made over $100 million, all checks written by Dan Snyder.
I think the contract he's on now, which is entering the last year.
No, it's not. You got 2 years left on this one.
You're right. 2 years left. At the time he signed, it was what, 68?
Yeah, 68 million. My guy, I understand you want some more money. This should be able to be cleared up with a little more guaranteed money. You're 31. You don't play every season. You always play hurt, and I'll give you props for that.
Yep.
But you're always hurt, son.
And you miss games
miss games. And if you smoke weed one more time, you're gonna get suspended for a whole fucking season. All right. You were a captain, and you got suspended, and we missed the playoffs. All right. I understand. This is the NFL. This is no fun league. This is not for long league. You know, you have a gripe. You have a gripe, and you should be paid. But come on, son, stop with the bullshit. Stop with the nonsense about you wanting to get paid and everybody got to get fired and all of that nonsense. I understand you sacrificed your body, but we sacrificed a lot for you too. This should be something that should be hashed out, and you guys should just talk about it. 2 more years added to your current contract, a little bit more guaranteed money.
And you know what?
You should be good money, son.
And you know what else? This whole aspect of, and I totally agree, these players put their bodies on the line, but you know what you're signing up for when you're signing up for the NFL. That's number one.
Guaranteed injury, 100%.
Number two, when it comes to the contract situations and the amount of time you play for, and when you have the ability to opt out, which, mind you, I think he has the ability to opt out either before or the end of this season.
No, he can't opt out.
He didn't have,
no,
he didn't have an opt-out clause?
It's our option.
Watch it. Okay, all right, my bad. All right, so Nick's sad. But once again, you can thank your man in charge, DeMaurice Smith, for signing a bullshit collective bargaining agreement that limits your ability to renegotiate.
It always comes back to him for me.
It always does.
It always comes back to him
now,
for me.
We have this threat of work stoppage, of strike, walkout, whatever you want to call it, following the 2020 season. Okay, apparently they're trying to renegotiate now, but how much of that is going to be in the players' favor? We're going to touch on a couple other cats right now that are holding out, but I think everything boils down to, at the end of the day, aside from personal performance, personal expectations, what your team is able to offer and willing to offer, you need to look at your players' union, your players' reps. Because at the end of the day, they fuck y'all.
That's all there is to it. Blame the players' rep. Blame DeMaurice Smith.
Okay.
I'm telling you, your next rep should be Scheinberg at the end of his name. I'm sorry to tell you that. I don't mean to be a bigot or nothing. I'm not trying to be that.
I don't care where they're from.
I'm just being real.
I don't care where they're from, what the color of skin is. But if they're not speaking in the best interest of the players that are playing right now, not 14 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, yeah, I'm all for the health care package that retired players get. But what about the players right now? You got to take care of the players now.
You do. But we disagree at. You got to take care of them guys before you. Because you're going to be those guys
right
soon enough. All right? Not for long league.
So
who else is holding out?
Holding out.
My favorite holdout.
Zeke.
Let's go.
Oh.
Let's go.
That's the big one. That's the big one.
Let's go.
And this one's this one's a thorn on my side for more than one reason. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's a Cowboy. I recognize that Ezekiel Elliott is probably one of the most talented running backs in the league right now.
Top 3.
Without question.
No question.
If he hadn't gotten himself suspended in year 2, you're talking about 3 years in a row of
leading
possibly
the league.
1,400, leading the league each year. 1,400 plus yards rushing each year. That's not including what he's receiving.
And now he's become a threat in the backfield, catching the ball out the backfield.
And virtually untackable. All right, tackleable. You can't bring him down. Okay?
However you mix up the words.
Exactly. Now, that being said, he's just entering year 4 of a 5-year rookie deal. Thank you again, DeMaurice Smith.
No, he entered year 4 of a 4-year deal.
No, it's 5.
Because they chose to get the player option.
This is true.
Which is basically slavery. Because I didn't sign up for this.
Right.
You made me do it.
Right.
Thank you, DeMaurice Smith.
There you go.
Go ahead.
So, again, I stand corrected. However, you're entering year 4. Now, I'm going to do a little comparison here before I go any further on Zeke's contract obligations, or however you want to put it. Ezekiel Elliott currently makes 10 times what Emmitt Smith made in his 3rd year prior to renegotiating, holding out when the Cowboys went 0-2 in 1993 for what was then a record deal for a running back. He's making 10 times. He's already making he's making a little over $3,800,000 for this season.
Wait a second. That's 10 times more than what
Emmitt
Smith was making?
When Emmitt Smith finished his 3rd season in the league, Emmitt, his base salary was $375,000.
Jesus.
Okay? Yes, I acknowledge the difference in years.
You talk about
But if you go to any website that calculates interest as far as living expenses. $375,000 today would be around $670,000. So he's still making way more than Emmett did before Emmett renegotiated for his major contract. That's point number one. Point number two. By this point in his career, Emmett had his first of 3 rings. Zeke has none. Emmett never got caught up in any off-field bullshit. Whether it was some ex, some fucking security guard, nothing. A fabled, rumored, however you want to call it, interaction at a bar where no one pressed charges.
A car accident that was hidden and
that
swept
apparently
aside
the Cowboys knew about.
And paid off.
Hearsay. All right?
None of that.
And again, Emmett was also entering the final year of his rookie deal. And again, because of the collective bargaining agreement, for all intents and purposes, is this Zeke's going into Zeke's last year? Yes, but like D said, slave year is the 5th year.
It's not a slave year, but it's forced. It's forced.
Slave year.
You can't say a slave year and you get paid $9 million.
I'll give you that.
Slaves don't make $9 million.
This is true.
Go ahead.
So, sorry, Zeke, you're nowhere near the status of Emmitt Smith. Maybe you will be at the end of your career. Maybe you will have 3 or more rings of your own if the Cowboys get their act together.
So do you think the Cowboys should pay him?
I think the Cowboys need to make him wait 1 more year. He needs to show that he can act right at all times. I don't care if he goes to a fucking monastery in the off season and runs through tires and does whatever to stay in shape. If you going out, first of all, in today's era of social media, where everybody's got a fucking, what you doing now? Everybody's ready to do this at a moment's notice, and you over here, you pushing security guards down. What for?
You know where he at now, right? You know where he is?
He's at Cabo.
In fucking Cabo. You think he's training in Cabo?
Hell fucking no.
I think he may do 30 push-ups a day, maybe run about 3 blocks.
He's doing about 30 lifts a day. You want to see the type of lift he's doing? That's 1. He's going to do 30 more reps of that.
30?
Okay?
Maybe in the next half an hour.
You can ask him later down the road if it had the worm or not.
Yeah. He's going to get hurt.
He is.
He's gonna get hurt.
Okay.
You can't run into people who've been playing football for 2 months and think that you're just gonna come from Cabo and be all right.
And not for nothing, I'm not gonna compare any running back that's currently on the Dallas Cowboys squad to Ezekiel Elliott.
Could you name one?
No. But no, they got Alfred Morris. They re-signed him. Okay. He's nowhere near the stratosphere. I'm not comparing it.
Right.
But considering the back, they're getting Frederick back to line up under center. That's a huge piece that was missing off of that offensive line last year.
Well, let's just say it is. If he's fucking healthy. Didn't he have like some crazy immuno disease?
Yeah, so he's apparently over that. So he's going to be healthy, which also means Dak is going to have more time to throw. We're going to see if Dak is going to get paid too. But in the rule of the NFL right now, the way Dallas is laid out, you got 2 premier players, Dak and Zeke.
No, you have more than that.
No. Just hear me out here.
Amari Cooper.
I got you there. I got you there. But you drafted Zeke and Dak. Now, Dak was a 4th round pick, granted.
Right.
If Dak leads you to the playoffs again and Zeke is absent for a number of games, you know Dak is getting paid.
You know he's getting paid.
So where does that leave Ezekiel Elliott?
It leaves him to go find a club somewhere else. Listen, running backs, man, let me just explain something to you. You guys come, and I hate to say this, you guys come. You know what? We're going to talk about this after we talk about the next guy.
Okay. So
Melvin Gordon. We already discussed him before.
We discussed him last time.
All right.
Okay. Another cat, but this one is definitely entering into year 5.
Year 5.
Where I keep wanting to say San Diego. The Los Angeles Chargers have optioned the 5th year.
Which he makes $5.6 million. You know how much he's made so far? $10 million.
$10 million.
That's
the
it.
bulk of it being last year.
Yes.
Okay.
He's made $10 million. And they trying to give him an offer for $10 million per year.
Right. He wants more.
Let me tell you something, my guy. I just saw your backup jump over 5 feet worth of bags into the end zone. Take that $10 million, son.
Would you, by any chance, be talking about Austin Eckler?
Yes, Eckler.
Austin Eckler was the backup last year. Austin Eckler is a hell of a runner.
And the other guy, Jacobs is his last name or something.
Right.
That guy's ridiculous. Jackson, that's his name.
Yeah.
Take the $10 million, son. Because
Eckler.
there's nobody else. I can't name you another team that's gonna pay you what you think you're supposed to be getting. Learn from your boy Le'Veon Bell.
There you go. Perfect example. I couldn't have said it any better than that.
You're not getting what you think you're gonna get, son.
Unfortunately,
Take
no.
your $10 million and you know what?
Invest wisely.
Yeah. And if you nasty enough, because they're not gonna pay Eckler that money.
Hell no.
If you nasty enough, when you kill it the next couple of years, hold out again and say, listen, I want $2 more million added to it.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing that's hurting Gordon's case. Okay, it has nothing to do with his skill set. It's the fact that the Chargers are a pass-heavy team.
But that's not going to be the case for long. Phillip Rivers is almost out of here.
Phillip Rivers is almost out of there. So you do need the face of the franchise. But something's telling me that the Chargers organization is going to roll the dice.
Yeah, especially a person who only had 1,000 yard season. Like, come on, son.
All right. So a couple more holdouts. We got Jadeveon Clowney.
Can I get this 1 second?
Oh, be my guest.
1 second. All
Be
right.
my guest.
I thought Jadeveon Clowney, when he was coming out of college, was going to be the best thing since sliced bread. He was not.
Remember, he did have that serious injury.
He had a injury.
That
I don't know
was-
how serious it was, but even then, it was 2 years before he came on.
True.
It was 2 years before he came on, and even then, he gets paid to sack the quarterback. Correct?
That is the primary goal.
Okay, he has had 4.5 sacks, 6 sacks, 9.5, and 9. Not exactly murderous row when it comes to sacks.
And let us remember, we're talking about the AFC South.
Yeah. Real quick, who are the AFC South teams? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, basically. Took you probably 14 seconds to tell me who the AFC South teams were. I'm talking to the audience.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's some crazy, ridiculous conference.
No.
And you have, except for 2016 and 17, you had arguably the baddest motherfucker to ever put on a shoulder pad. As far as defense goes, now I know Reggie White was crazy. A little before my time, I seen Reggie White play. He was ridiculous. He was the man. But as far as I go, J.J. Watt was the best defensive lineman I've ever seen.
He is 100% healthy. Not even 100%.
He
When
could
he
be
is there,
80% healthy.
you know, look.
He's insane. So you had him.
Even though we won the game, he sacked Eli 3 times last season when the Giants and Houston met up, both at 0-2.
He had 16.5 sacks last time.
Okay.
Whenever he's healthy, it's double digits every year, high double digits. The dude is unbelievable.
It's a beast.
And you have him on the other side.
It's not just him. It's not just him, too.
No. They got some defensive tackles.
But you also got the other linebacker, Cunningham.
Right.
Okay? Cunningham is a fucking monster. And almost a similar situation as the Zeke shit in Dallas. Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is in his 3rd year, contract-wise. Okay? That means next year, especially if Houston keeps making a run for things,
have to pay that
putting
man.
up double-digit wins, you're going to have to pay Deshaun.
Yeah. Javion, I don't think you're going to get paid, my guy. I think you need to just sign that franchise tender.
Mm-hmm.
Take that. Now, I understand they trying to play you with the defensive the defensive end / linebacker franchise, which is some bullshit. You make them give you that extra $2 million, my guy. Give him.
So instead of the 17, he should be getting 19.
No. Instead of the 15, he should be getting 17.
I heard he was offered 17 and change.
Well, then that's
the franchise.
Well, then that you take that because that's the higher of the two.
Yes, it is.
So take that. all right? Play it out. Try not to get hurt. Well, ball out, all right? And then you go, let me tell you something. If you a great pass rusher and you let's say you get 13 sacks this year, somebody is going to pay you.
Absolutely.
Unlike running back, you don't just find pass rushers laying all over the place.
Nope.
Take that and tell them to go fuck yourself, Houston. Do that, my guy. Because I gave up on you, Jadeveon, but I was wrong. I was wrong. Anything you got to say about Jadeveon?
Nah, you pretty much said it all. Kudos.
Here we go.
All
Last
right.
one.
Yannick Ngakoue.
My guy from Maryland.
All right. With the Jacksonville Jaguars. 3rd round pick. He is now entering year 4 of his 4-year rookie deal. Considering he's a 3rd round pick, I think he has outperformed where he was selected. But compared to 2017, when Jacksonville made their run and got knocked off by the Pats in the AFC Championship game, he had a bit of a setback as far as production numbers go last season. I think he's going to have to eat this year the way it is.
This is where we're going to differ here, and I'm going to tell you why. I just told you that Zeke Elliott is getting $9.9 million for his 5th-year option, $3.8 million for this year. He's already made $20.5 million.
Right.
Melvin Gordon has made 5.6. Has made $10 million so far,
almost, yep.
And is getting 5.6 for the 5th-year option. All right. Ngakoue has about the same amount of sacks as Zeke Elliott. One more, as a matter of fact.
As Zeke?
One more, as a matter of fact.
He has the same number of sacks as Zeke?
No, not Zeke. Jadeveon has one more sack than Jadeveon. All right. Wasn't picked in the 1st round. Picked out of Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
How much? You know how much he's made so far in his NFL career?
I think he's barely broke $2 million.
He's made $2.6 million. Peanuts.
This is true.
He's about to make in the hundreds of thousands this year. He's about to make 2.25 million. You need a raise, my guy.
Oh, he
you
needs a raise. No, he absolutely needs a raise.
I understand you holding out. I get it. Because this is a shamockery.
If he was on any other team except Jacksonville.
Why? But why not? Why?
Because Jacksonville don't like to pay. The one time they paid was to a quarterback that couldn't throw the fucking ball.
Idiots. But
They
I
are.
understand you got to pay him. You got to pay Jalen Ramsey. You still got to pay my dude from Miami.
And they shelled out for Nick Foles.
Right. They said, which they had to.
Yeah.
They had to.
Yeah.
But what's my man's name from Miami? The one that came from Arizona.
Okay, you found that name you looked for.
Yes. They're still paying my man Calais Campbell an exorbitant amount of money. All right. What Jacksonville should do is trade this guy. If you're not going to pay him, just trade him. You know, he's produced. He is just like the Odell Beckham situation. Even though I didn't want y'all to pay him.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted y'all to
You
pay him.
wanted.
But I think you should have. But he surpassed his contract ridiculous. Zeke surpassed his contract ridiculous.
Yes, did.
But this guy, Ndaku, he needs to get paid. He needs to get paid. And paid big.
Yeah.
He's a quality pass rusher. You got to pay that man.
I see a Khalil Mack situation with him.
What you mean?
Meaning getting traded.
And then
Close
getting paid.
to, yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And you know what? He should. He should. The Redskins should have drafted him. I wanted them to draft him. I said they should have drafted him. And we have to deal with this idiot from Alabama for the past couple of years. But whatever.
Okay. So, that's it for the holdouts.
Okay. Preseason games?
Preseason, top 5. Who you got?
Let's see. All right.
Oh,
Top 5. Let's see
five.
who I got. Let's see the list. Let's see my list. All right. This is not in order.
no.
It's not in order, all right? But I have the Rams, the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Eagles, All right, and number 5 is a tie, depending on what happens with the holdout. If Zeke plays, it's the Cowboys. If he doesn't play, it's the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay. I got Pats, Chiefs, Bears, Eagles, Cowboys.
All right, so let's talk
And
about...
I got the Cowboys whether Zeke plays or not.
Really?
Really.
Let's talk about that first.
Okay.
How do you have the Cowboys if Zeke doesn't play?
Because the Cowboys right now at receiver are loaded up. And I can't think of his name. Hold on 2 seconds. So yeah, I just had to look it up. The Cowboys with the number 4 pick this year drafted Tony Pollard from Memphis. He's actually nice. He's no Zeke. But behind that line, with those kind of receivers, and the tight end of all tight ends came out of retirement.
Thank God.
Okay.
I'm not watching Monday
So
football
you're
anymore.
going to have even more protection on that front line. Yeah, even if Zeke holds out, I see the Cowboys winning the division, actually.
Over the Eagles?
Over the Eagles.
You know the Eagles just got Jonathan Cyprien, which is...
Yes,
The Eagles are stacked. They have the number 1 roster in every single person's category.
And until he got hurt, the Eagles weren't even in playoff contention last year. And Wentz has not finished any of the last 2 years, including the one they won the Super Bowl.
Facts.
Okay.
I got nothing to say. I'm going to shut the fuck up now.
I still have them going to the playoffs, don't get me wrong, because Giants still suck until they prove me otherwise.
And the Redskins
are still a work in progress.
Mediocre.
Okay?
Exactly, at best.
All right, bottom 5. I got Buffalo, Arizona, Miami, the G-Men, and Jacksonville. Again, no particular order. These are just my bottom 5.
All right, I have the Dolphins. I think we share that one.
Yep.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to lead them this year. The Bengals, I have the Cardinals, like you have. I have your G-Men, and I have the Detroit Lions.
That's going to be... NFC North is going to be tight. Save Chicago. If there's a wild card team to come out of the NFC North, it's going to be between Detroit and Minnesota. I love Aaron Rodgers.
What?
I don't think he has enough
Are you
weapons
nuts?
on his team. Yes, I don't think he has enough weapons on his team.
Well,
Plus,
you know what?
Plus, you hear all these fucking talk. All this talk is coming out that he and the new head coach are bumping heads already.
Matt LaFleur?
Matt LaFleur here apparently bumping heads.
I didn't hear that, but I mean,
Every time I watch First Take or Get Up on ESPN, they're talking about how they're bumping heads.
I can't see them. Come on, son. Being worse than Detroit? No way. It's going to be either Minnesota or the Bears at number 1.
Oh no, the Bears are winning that division outright.
And then whoever, the Green Bay at 3. And then, come on, Detroit has no chance to win that division. They got a new head coach, right?
Yeah.
Nah. No, they don't. No, they don't. They still got the same dude. They still got the guy from New England from last year. But
yeah, Patricia.
Matt Patricia. All right. So getting into heroes and zeros. All right.
No.
What?
Preseason games. Are we watching yay or nay?
I'm watching a couple of games, and I'm not
saying.
watching till. Well, I'm watching my team, but I'm not watching any other team till game 3.
I personally think that first of all, 4 preseason games is ridiculous. Okay, all preseason games do is line the pockets of the owners to begin with. They mean jack shit. They get your players hurt. Your primary goal right now, you already know who your starters are going to be more or less. You want to know about those X factors, those kids that you drafted, those signings in the offseason, who's going to make it, who's not going to make it, who may go to your practice squad. You want to whittle this shit down to 53, right? Most of that should be done during training camp. 2 tune-up games at best is all we need, okay? For the old heads in the house, I will remind people that have been around prior to the 80s or prior to 1983 even, the preseason used to be 6 fucking games.
Way too long.
Ridiculously long. Okay?
I think 3 games. I think 3 games is
I think you only need 2, especially with this whole premise of expanding the regular season to 18 games. If you're gonna do that, you gotta take away 2 preseason games. But I think preseason in general is a waste of time. It's only there for the owners. Fuck the owners. They got enough money as it is. 2 preseason games. Get right into it.
I think the Cruz became a preseason star and also became Super Bowl champion.
He became a preseason star, but he got caught in the year he became a preseason star.
He did, but they knew about him.
Of course, but he was still sitting at home on his couch. He wasn't even on the practice squad.
Well, that's just bad coaching. Is it not?
That's what Jerry Reese.
That is fucking Jerry Reese. Anyhow,
okay. So
I'm gonna watch the Giants game week 3. Okay.
Well, I'm actually glad week 1 we're getting the Giants and Jets out of the way.
Yeah, me too.
We always have to wait till week 3 for that shit.
Week 3, I want to watch the Arizona Vikings, the Arizona Cardinals, and the Vikings play. And I want to watch the Giants and Cincinnati play. I want to see what this dude
I'm telling you,
Jones does.
Yeah, I just want to watch the first 2 quarters because you're going to see a couple of snaps with the starters and then everybody vying for second tier. That's who I'm interested in, okay? So that's it. Heroes and zeros. Who you got?
Okay, so let's do this. All right. I have a hero this week. My hero, and I'm proud to say this. Let me stand up, all right? Let me give you a little background information.
Okay.
I became a football fan, football in general, in the 90s, all right? And when I started playing football, I started watching college football, and I started watching Miami, okay? And there was a safety on Miami. His name was Ed Reed, you know, and I was like, yo, this dude is a monster. He's a monster. Ed Reed is now going to the Hall of Fame, all right? Fucks with Ed Reed. Heavy. Okay? Ed Reed, usually during the Hall of Fame game, it's typical for the Hall of Fame members to wear the Hall of Fame shirt. Ed Reed decided to take a stance against police brutality and wore a shirt with 9 faces on it, all killed by police or had some kind of police incident. Among those were Mike Brown, Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Eric Gardner, and Philandro Castile. Shout out.
Rest in peace, guys.
Rest in peace. You know, you still have people vying for y'all.
Yep.
Shout out to Ed Reed for doing the right thing. And this is just another situation after the Kaepernick situation, after the Randy Moss wearing the tie during the Hall of Fame game last year with the 12 names on it. You know, you're gone, but you're never forgotten. And shout out to you, Ed Reed. You're my hero for the day. You've always been my hero, my guy. Fuck with you the long way, son. Congratulations. You deserve that Hall of Fame honor. Cheers to you.
I'll applaud again to Ed Reed.
Let's toast one up. My man Ed.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right. Well, my hero is going to pale in comparison to that. Because who could follow that? Because that's pretty fucking impressive. For those of you who watch baseball, I saw something absolutely spectacular this week.
Spectacular.
There was a game on between the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates. 2 teams that are nowhere near contention, absolutely suck ass. But one of the greatest things ever happened this week.
It was beautiful, son.
And it was the first time in my life, and I'm saying in baseball history, that you've actually seen something like this. So, we're going to set it. Cincinnati was getting their ass kicked, okay? Facts are facts. Pittsburgh was handing it to them. I think it was 11-3 at this point. And managers have been thrown out. Players have been thrown out. At this point, the bench coach for the fucking Reds is running the show. There's a reliever on the mound pitching for Cincinnati by the name of Amir Garrett. Amir Garrett was pissed with the outcome of this game. He was pissed with the umpiring. He was pissed with the Pirates. He was pissed that they were throwing at his players. You name it. He was pissed. Amir Garrett, at a point where he's conversing with the bench coach, the interim head manager at that point turns and charges the Pittsburgh Pirate dugout and takes on the whole fucking team.
For Dolo, son.
Okay?
By himself.
Oh my God.
And still got the hit off.
Got
still rocked the dude. He was hiding.
Oh my God.
He was hiding.
Dude. Just the epitome of balls. I have never seen that. Just to fucking have that testicular fortitude to even attempt such a thing. But not only that, if you go and watch the footage, which I'm sure you can find on ESPN, YouTube, anywhere right now, you see that moment when he's talking with the bench coach before he charges the Pirates dugout, and it's almost like the bench coach knew. Because he gave him a pat on the behind, which is typical baseball thing, like, all right, man, we're going to do your thing. And my man, like a bullet, took off for that bench.
Like a bat out of hell, son.
And Garrett, you got fucking balls. I applaud you.
Cheers to you, my guy.
Okay.
Cheers to you, my guy.
0 time.
All right. Off of that, okay.
Same game.
It was a couple of suspensions.
Yes.
Of course, one of the first people to come up out of there.
Let me guess. Cubano?
No. He's a Cuban.
Cubano.
Yeah, he's Cubano.
Cubano.
He's Cubano. Right. He's Cubano.
You forget I'm Spanish.
Right. I thought you were saying somebody's last name. My bad. I'm not racist, people. I'm black. You know, that's the way it is. Anyhow, yeah, he's a Cubano. You know, he eats black beans. You know, and shredded pork.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I love it. You like it, I love it. And he got a 3-game suspension. This young man goes by the name of Yasiel Puig. Yasiel, I fuck with you, son. I fuck with you. But you're a nuisance. You're a nuisance. You're on your 3rd team. You know, you've been suspended 3 times since August 2018. You put middle fingers up at fans. You've had brawl after brawl. Somebody from your own team said you're never going to get it. You know, we have a word for you here in America. Cover your ears, magnanimous.
Oh, wait.
It's the N-word. It's the N-word, son. You don't know how to act. You don't know how to act. And I understand when you first came to the league, you just came off the boat. No exaggeration. No pun.
No pun intended.
I'm not trying to throw any shade to you. You didn't know American custom and all of that. And you know what? I don't give a flying fuck about you flipping the bat. You know, fuck all of that.
Everybody flips a bat.
Fuck all that. I don't care about you staring people down and all of that. But when you start, you know, getting in fights with your teammates, arguing with coaches, sticking your middle finger up at the fucking fans. Every time you make a mistake, it's like some cornerback shit. Right. You grab for an extension. Oh, I hurt my kneecap. And then you out in the club the same night. Then I have a problem, my guy. Yasiel Puig, you've been traded from the Cincinnati Reds to the Cleveland Indians. The same fan base that you flipped the finger to.
It's still Ohio, baby.
Act right, my guy. Act right. Stop being a dick. Okay? You're not in Cuba anymore. You are in America. We have rules here. And to be honest with you, they're, I'm sure, way more lax than they are in Cuba. You might get your head cut off in fucking Cuba acting like an asshole.
Yeah, flipping off the wrong person in Cuba might get you
killed.
Yeah.
Let's not take your freedoms for granted, my guy. Let's act like you have like you have a mother and a father, and you've been raised correctly. All right.
And at the end of the day, remember, unlike most of the people in Cuba, you have a check with most likely 8 zeros behind it.
You're a millionaire, son. You're not a bad player either. You're batting .250. You're averaging 270.
He's a strikeout machine, though.
You are, but it's not like you suck.
No,
you don't suck.
No, he don't suck.
You're a serviceable player, even better than average.
The biggest problem with Puig that I have is that he gives up too early. There are times he hits the quit button, and you can read it in his body
in
language.
your face. What I'm saying, you have embraced your freedoms way too much. This can all go away like that.
Yep.
You go to Cuba with $8 million and you escape from there. You know what they're doing? They're taking your $8 million. And now you're sitting there selling your ass like half the other country. Relax, be easy, and act like you got some common sense.
There you go.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh.
Now, my guy, Bartolo Colon, one of my 3 major, I would hang with him figures. You know, don't hang out with him. Don't hang out with Bartolo. Leave Bartolo alone. Go ahead.
All right. So, I got 2 zeros this week.
Okay.
I got one big one, and I got a little one.
Right.
The little one, I'm going to get out of the way first. Because it has to do with baseball. And I know a lot of people that watch ain't into baseball. But New York Yankees did not make a fucking move at the trade deadline this year. And they are in desperate need of starting pitching. Brian Cashman, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
What was he going to do, Dave? What was he going to do? Syndergaard wasn't going nowhere.
Fuck Syndergaard. You let the Mets take Stroman from Toronto.
Because Toronto was hating. They didn't want to give him give him to the Yankees.
No. The Yankees weren't willing to pay the price for him.
Which is 3 fucking top-notch prospects? No. Why?
You're telling me that Stroman would not put the Yankees over the top right now?
I agree he would.
So now Stroman is in Queens on a team that, albeit they're on a little streak, and maybe they're 4 games out of the last wild card spot. But you're telling me right now the Mets are going to do something this postseason?
No, but you sacrifice your future gains for something that might not even happen now.
But what future? Everyone that's on the starting staff, with the exception of Garner, is under 29. The team is going to be young for the next 4 or 5 years. We're going to be competitive. We already hit the shit out the ball. We need pitching. If that means we send some fucking young guys from the farm system to Toronto that may or may not make it, I'll do it. The Mets just sent 2 fucking pitchers to the fucking Toronto, I almost call them Raptors, the Blue Jays, that were considered, at least one of them was considered decent, that was going to start another year or 2.
Okay.
We're holding on to fucking Clint Frazier like he's the next fucking coming of Mickey Mantle or Bernie fucking Williams, for God's sakes. And we don't even value him enough to have him on the fucking team right now. He's in AAA. And this is with Stanton hurt. And we don't have fucking Frazier up on the majors. Come on, Cashman. I know you done led us to multiple world titles. You've always made the right moves in the past. But it seems as though when Big George died, a part of you died too. Because George Steinbrenner, the minute the Mets made the trade for Stroman, he would have said, go out there and get a fucking pitcher or your ass is on the line. And anyone that's been watching the Yankees for the last 20 years knows I speak the truth.
You speaking the truth, Dave.
George would not hold for that.
He wouldn't have had that shit. Nah.
Okay?
George ain't playing
and
that
Hank Steinbrenner should be ashamed because he knows who his father was.
Yeah.
All right. That's my minor zero.
Go ahead. Oh, here we go with the big
one. My big zero.
Woo! Let's do it.
He know I'm going to get into it.
Let's go.
Carmelo Anthony. Exactly. I got to exhale. I got to take a drink.
Mellow.
So anyone who's been watching lately, been following, seen over the last week or so, that Melo's camp is coming out saying he deserves a farewell tour. Someone needs to sign him and get him on a team. He needs a farewell tour like Dwayne Wade. Are you shitting me right now? First of all, don't even tell me that Carmelo measures up to Dwayne Wade as far as overall career accomplishments are concerned. Because Dwayne Wade, last time I checked,
tell him like it is, Dave.
Sacrificed.
Tell him like it is, Dave.
And became technically number two on his own team.
Tell him.
For 4 years.
Tell him.
And at times, technically 2A, when Bosch would have a game or two where he went off.
Speaking like it's plain.
Less money for that to be accomplished. Wound up going out of town for a season to get his money from Chicago. Raped the hell out of them.
Out of y'all.
Well, yeah, because I'm a Bulls fan.
Yeah.
He got paid, came back to Miami, took a lesser role, not starting, just to teach the young heads about the game, and guess what? Maybe have a crack at the playoffs. His farewell tour echoed, not in stature, but similarity to Derek Jeter. The Yankees were not vying for any playoffs, but every stop Derek Jeter made, what happened? Thank you. And what happened last year?
Ambassador to the game.
What happened last year when Wade went to every away game? You had possibly the coach of all coaches right now, Doc Rivers. No, I'm sorry. That was for, I'm mixing it up. The Brugal's kicking my ass. My point being, everywhere Dwayne Wade stopped last year, they applauded. They cheered him. You would have thought every game was in fucking Miami last year.
Yeah.
Carmelo don't deserve that.
No.
Carmelo is the same player who vehemently came out and said, I don't care about championships. I don't need a championship.
I have 8 world, what do you say, world champions?
Gold medals? I have gold medals. I have 3 gold medals. Really?
Eat a gold dick.
Let's also focus on something else that happened today. Friday, August 2nd. My man went on First Take and was interviewed one-on-one by Stephen A. Smith, and a very particular, close to my heart regarding the Bulls subject came up. He tried to claim, he being Carmelo, tried to claim that in 2014 he was this close to signing with the Bulls. But then he started hearing whispers in the wind. And I put that in quotations because I'm paraphrasing.
Make it plain.
Okay?
Make it plain.
That this guy's going to be gone next year. This one's not going to make it to the end of the year. Hold up. Time out. I heard that and I went, fuck you, you're lying your ass off. Because no one could have foresaw what was going to happen at the end of that season. Yes, we all know that was the last year Tom Thibodeau coached the Bulls. Yes, we know Derrick Rose eventually got traded after 2016. Yes, Butler is no longer with the team. That happened in 2017. Yes, Joakim Noah was a shell of his former self after 2 more seasons. Yeah, Taj Gibson wasn't there. Luol Deng wasn't there. My man Boozer wasn't there. I ain't going to call him my man because I would prefer anyone else other than Boozer. But Boozer held his own. Okay?
Boozer's a basketball player.
Yes, he is. Okay? And he just happens to have the same birthday as me. Google it if you want to know. Just give me a shout out down below on the day I fucking celebrate. Anyway, that being said, you couldn't possibly know all those players are going to fucking up and leave, whether via trade or just not re-signing or whatever. You couldn't have known that because no one was talking about that in the off season of 2014. But I'll tell you what people were talking about. They were talking about LeBron going back to Cleveland. So you was already in the East and dealing with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh for 4 straight years in Miami. Actually ran into them in the 1 year the Knicks made the playoffs with 54 wins. And of course your man Stoudemire had to punch the shit out of a fucking fire hydrant or fire extinguisher case, breaking the fucking thing, stitching up his hand and being unavailable for what? 2 more games?
2 more games.
So you caught wind of LeBron, who just happens to be a friend of his, if I'm not mistaken, going back to the Central, and you said, hey, no way, I'm signing up for this again. I'm not going to be held in check about LeBron and company again.
I might as well get paid.
Okay, even if New York was the last call you took, they were still the ones that were going to offer you the most money for 5 years. And you took it like the little whore you are. You want to know why you're not on the team right now, Carmelo? You want to know why you're not going to get a farewell tour like Dwayne Wade or Dirk Nowitzki?
Tell him.
This is why.
Tell him.
Anyone can go right now to YouTube or Twitter or whatever and go see this fucking video that's been circulating of Carmelo hitting shots left and right in the gym in a little pickup game. Number one, you ain't playing against no one of consequence. Number two, you're barely getting off any lift when you make your jump shots. Number three, okay, it's a pickup game. These guys are nobody, but guess what you're still not doing? You ain't passing that rock. The last time I checked, that's called teamwork.
And you never had
You ain't
teamwork.
willing to do that.
Never had it. Chauncey Billups came out and told you about it.
And mind you, Chauncey Billups clarified himself and said he was talking about the Carmelo Anthony that he played with in Denver. But you know what?
It's the same.
I
Carmelo
have a
Anthony.
sneaking suspicion that Billups was just trying to soft soak that shit.
It's not a secret suspicion. It's the way it is. It's the same Carmelo Anthony. And you know what? Kudos to you for even bringing that
he got
up.
to make a mark. All right. That's it for this week. He's Dave.
And he's Dave.
This was another Sports Rant. Hit us up
Peace.
if you like what you saw. Peace, we out.
Later.